welcome again to our Zoom workout for Fit Club for Women. We are here, we are ready to work, you guys made it. Other people are letting their fitness drop during the pandemic, but not you guys, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna have some fun today. My version of fun, which means it's gonna be work, but like there will be variety, you'll enjoy it. But we're gonna start with our warm-up. So Dave, you'll get the cue started for me. So as you can see, we're starting with a high knee.
The next workout will begin in 60
seconds. Please proceed to your stations. Your stations being your living room, office, backyard, wherever. And we're going to begin with a little bit of balance work. So as we're going into this high knee, we'll do 4 more, then 3, then 2. Now you're going to hold up one knee and just balance there. Good. And as you do this, I want you to pay attention to the placement of your hips. You want to make sure you're not sinking into one hip here, that your spine is stacked, core is nice and tight, and we're just going to lift that knee up. Now, if your balance is a little bit challenged today, you are welcome to tap the foot down and lift all the way up here. But if you feel pretty confident in your balance, I want you to instead hold the knee high. You're going to pulse, pulse, pulse. And we should start to feel a little bit of burn in those quads, which we will revisit later. Good. For 4, begin 3, 2, let's go into a high knee again. Woo! A little bit of burn there, should feel like kind of a relief to do your march. Good. Now we can pick up the pace just a little bit, still very controlled, and you want nice, soft landings. I'm gonna sort of turn to the side so you can see here how I'm rolling through the foot, making my landings almost silent. I'm not stopping. Good. For 4, 3, 2, now you're gonna hold your other knee up. Find that balance.
Stop, exercise.
And if you need to, you can hover the foot a little bit lower. Find the placement of your hips. Core is nice and tight. Spine is stacked. And let's lift that knee up, up, up. Woo.
Begin set 2.
Follow over. For 4, 3, 2, hold, and march. Good. We're going to finish up set 2 with the march here. Let's bring the hands up behind the head. You're going to feel the heart rate start to come up as the heart has to pump blood into your extremities above the heart. And we get that little TH twist here. Good. Imagining as though you're doing a bicycle crunch standing up. Opposite armpit toward the knee.
Exercise.
Belly button is really tight. For 4, 3, let's do a hamstring curl right here. Bringing it back. Now you notice I have a slight hinge forward at the hips, belly button pulled in. Part of the reason I do that is because if I'm up really tall, this takes a hyperextend my back. You see that? Which isn't like the best thing in the world. Palms facing up and extended forward. We're gonna add a row. Squeeze, squeeze. Good. So today, you are going to need a weight, 2 weights, or like 2 water bottles, 2 soup cans, whatever you can find. That will give you a little bit of weight as well as a little bit of resistance. You're also going to need a squishy ball like this, or just a pillow will do quite nicely. Good. And 4, 3, 2, and we're going to use the last set to go over sumo squat form. So you're going to bring your feet out.
Set 4.
Really nice and wide. This is set 4 here. Toes turned out. You're going to sink your hips. For me, I have to go slightly back. I'm going to turn it diagonal so you can see what I'm doing here. Slightly back and then down. This is because I'm kind of tight in my hips. Some people are able to come straight down, but you see when I do that, how my knees are falling in and forward? That is not what we want. Ideally, we want those knees to be on the exact same plane as your toes. You may need to adjust your turnout. If you have a super severe turnout like this,
stop exercise.
That might not be correct.
Next station.
Soft turnout, knees on the same plane. Make sure you're pressing those knees apart and belly button in. Good. Take a look at your feet. If you notice that your knees are like wider than your toes, that's not really what we want either. We want stacked right on top of the ankles. Set one, we're gonna hold it low, and we're going to pulse. Little bitty pulses. Start that breath going. You should feel your heart rate begin to come down after that warm up. I hope you guys have AC. I think it's gonna be really hot today. I went for a run outside and my Irish skin was not enjoying. Now stay low.
Exercise.
Beautiful. Let's do 2 more. Good, and come on up. Now, if your knees are sensitive, I want you to stick with the pulsing, or you can even do an isometric hold where you just stay low. But if you have happy knees today, we're gonna try some duck walks.
Begin set 2.
Just got a cramp. So a duck walk is where you take a tiny step forward on each foot. We'll do about 3 total. So that's 2 steps here, 1 more on each foot, and then we're gonna pulse it down toward the floor, and then we go backwards. Now, as we do this, one thing I really don't want is torquing. So a lot of times people will try to move forward like that. No. Pick that whole foot up. Move the whole thing at the same time. And you're only moving like that much forward. And there's the break. That should have burned your legs a lot. So we're gonna keep doing it. Yay! Exactly the thing that's hard.
Begin set 3.
I'm gonna move backwards this time. First. Good. Now there's very, very common for people to kind of start to rise up as they walk. I want you to try your very best to maintain as much depth as humanly possible. So stay low. Stay real low. Good. Beautiful. Keep that core nice and tight. Keep that depth. Here and there, look down at your knees. And make sure that they're in line. Good. We are taking every break this time. 1 more set. We're approaching set 4. At the end of set 4, we're going to come down onto our mats into a high plank. That means with a straight arm.
Begin set 4.
But first, we're going to rock this last set. And when I say rock this last set, I want the steps to be even smoother, even more controlled. Your hips sink even deeper toward the floor. And you're going to try to keep that pace going. Whew, so I'm going to pick mine up a little bit. Sink it down. 1, and 2, and 3, and sink your booty down. Bring it back. And 2, and 3.
Stop exercise and switch.
Woo, there's the break. Good, let's come down to the floor. Now, if you have sensitive wrists, which I sometimes do, you are more than welcome to do what's called a monkey paw. Now, a lot of times I see people do this with their monkey paws, where there's this like flexion here. That's what we're trying to avoid.
Begin set 1.
So we're gonna begin either on your hands or with a straight wrist on monkey paw. We're just gonna hold a high plank. Now here we wanna make sure of a couple things, that the hips are right in line, that the back is flat, not bowing. Tailbone is tucked. Glutes are squeezed. And your back is neither collapsed, nor is it over-rounded.
Stop exercise.
Good, take a break. Give me a little child's pose. Now, if being on a high plank really doesn't work, you're welcome to hold a regular plank. But for those people whose high plank is very comfortable, we're going to add a caterpillar.
Begin set 2.
So caterpillar is real fun. See my version of fun. You're going to stick your butt up, essentially going into a downward dog position. Very slowly, walk your hands back to your feet. Keep your head down, just so you're not popping up and down over and over again. And you're going to walk out, hold the high plank for 4, 3, 2, 1. Booty up, walk it back. a breath. Walk it forward.
Stop, exercise.
Good, and drop your knees. Give me a child's pose. Now this is a lot of shoulder work as well as core every time we come into the full plank position. So if your shoulders also don't like this, regular forearm plank, absolutely acceptable. We're gonna add
set 3.
one more element of this to people who want to. High plank, mountain climbers, 2 on each side. Good, then booty up. Walk hands to the feet. Hold it, your head down. Walk your hands forward into high plank and mountain climbers. 2 more, 1 more. Booty up. Walk the hands back. Keep your head down. Walk your hands forward. Hold a high plank. Mountain climber 1,
exercise.
2, 3, 4. Drop your knees. Give me child's pose. Very good. Now you can keep or subtract any element of that. If your shoulders are too sensitive to do the walk back and forth, just do mountain climbers. Just hold this for a while. If you feel like you want to hit your core a little bit more, just hold this. If you don't like the mountain climber, it bothers your knees or anything, just do the walk backs. This is a multi-part exercise, but I'm not going to require everyone to do every part. This is set 4. Now you notice my wrists are getting a little sensitive, so I'm doing the walkouts on my monkey paws, monkey knuckles. At the end of set 4,
exercise and switch to the next position.
There it is. We're going to turn over onto our backs. My goodness. Told you I went for that run earlier. No, I'm sweating again. I just recently got myself to stop sweating. I am a delicate flower.
Begin set 1.
Let's squeeze that booty. We're going to bring it up into a bridge. Take a big breath in. Good. You're going to pull one knee into your chest all the way. Hold it close. Full extension. Straightening out that leg, pointing that toe to the wall. Take a breath. Pull that knee all the way in and hold. Full extension. Now, as you're doing this, you're going to notice
exercise
and drop your hips, rock your knees back and forth. You're going to notice that the hamstring works differently at different points of the movement. And I'll sort of talk you through, hopefully, what you should be able to expect.
Begin set 2.
There's set 2, squeeze your booty, bring your hips on up. This time it's the other leg. You're going to pull that knee in here. Obviously, that's more work for the supporting hamstring down here, but it should feel much harder when you give me that extension and hold. Good. And pull it all the way in and hold. And full extension and hold. Woo, burning. Pull it in and hold.
Stop, exercise.
Very, very good. Drop your hips, gently drop that foot, put it back down, rock those hips back and forth. Get yourself a little lower back massage. Now, for people who might have sensitive lower back today, you're more than welcome to just hold this. If you want, you can give me little mini extensions. That is still going to make a difference, but it's going to be much more subtle. For people who feel really strong today, full extension of that leg. You're going to drop the leg an inch, pick it up an inch. That's your movement. And for people who like the half and half, you're more than welcome to stick with it. I really like this exercise because it draws attention. There's the break. Draws attention to some very fun exercise mechanics, which, as many of you know, I do love to nerd out about. Gorgeous. All right, we have one more set.
Begin set 4.
Here is set 4. Hips up. Pull that knee in. If your back feels sensitive, just give me little pulses here. Or if you feel really strong, give me up and down wrists here. Or if you want a little taste of both, nothing wrong with that. Back and forth. At the end of the set, we're going to go into some upper body. Now, first things first, I want you to think about
Stop
place
exercise and switch to the next
on a
station.
countertop, back of your couch, on a bench, or a wall where you can do some push-ups. I'm going to drink some water, and I'm going to use the bench right here. Now,
Begin set 1.
first things first with push-ups, nice tight plank position. So for me, I like a little bit of a wider grip push-up. So I'll bring my hands out a little wider. Make sure my chest is centered right over the supporting surface, down and up. Making sure that my hips are right in line. They are not sagging, they are not piking. It's all one solid piece.
Stop exercise.
Beautiful, there's the break. Now for some people, a wide grip is not so good for their shoulders. So if you're one of those people, go ahead and try a narrow grip for me. That means that the hands are directly underneath the shoulders and the elbows will stay closed rather than going out wide like this. So it'll look more like this. My hands are close. Elbows are grazing my waist, down and up. Now this utilizes a much smaller muscle than the other push-up does. The wide push-up gets those pecs. This is still getting the chest, but it's also getting the tricep back here, which is a much smaller muscle. Move nice and slow. No need to rush.
Stop exercise.
Good. Now, if you're trying the bench or your countertop or the back of the couch and it's not working so great, like you feel like it's hurting your shoulders, there's a little weak, come to a wall. Now, obviously this is a pole, not a wall, so I'm going to do my best to demonstrate.
Begin set 3.
So hands flat against said wall, walk your feet back into the plank position like this, and you'll do your push-ups like so. Now, obviously, if there was a wall here, if I wanted to do a wide push-up, that's okay. This is one of the only ways I can do a one-armed push-up at all. Good. Beautiful. I'm going to go back into monkey pause. My little wrists are tired today. Now, pace, slow is totally fine.
Stop exercise.
Good. But if you feel like maybe you're used to doing your push-ups on the floor, or you feel really strong today, I'm going to challenge you to do one of two things. Either super slow with a deep range of motion, or faster.
Begin set 4.
So the first option is this. Super slow and deep. You go all the way down, woo, and all the way up. Or you go faster but shallower. Boom, boom, boom. If you go deep, that's probably going to be more for people who have healthy shoulder joints. But if you have a little bit of shoulder pain, but you still feel strong enough that you want to get this burning, you want to go a little faster. And boom, 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 boom.
Stop exercise.
Beautiful.
Switch to the next
Get a
station.
drink of water. We're going to go into some balance work. I'm going to grab one weight, water bottle, soup can, whatever you've got.
Begin set 1.
So, similar to what we did in the warm-up, we're going to bring that knee up and tap the knee with the weight. Boop. And then we're going to bring the weight over to one pocket, tap the knee with the weight again. Boop. So we have this little twist. Core is very, very tight. And your quad is going to start to burn. Now, for people who feel like this is very challenging for their balance,
Stop
like say
exercise.
you have a hard time getting even one rep, you're more than welcome to just hold, getting rid of the twist altogether. Beautiful. We're going to switch on over to the other side. Now for people who have higher
Begin
sort of
set
balance
2.
capabilities, keep that core really tight. If you want to take the weight over a little farther, whoop, you can come all the way over here and then tap. You see, it's just a bigger range of motion. If you're going to do that though, keep that core pulled in. We need that support, especially for twisting with weight. So we have balance work, primary goal here. However, we also have core.
Stop,
And
exercise.
we also have quad. Good. All right, now we're gonna add only this tiniest thing. For those whose balance is a little challenged today, tap your pocket with that toe down, bring the toe up.
Begin
and tap.
set 3.
So it'll be sort of a repetitive check-in with your balance every time. For people who want a little bit more challenging, keep that knee up. And every time we bring the weight to center, you're gonna pulse the knee up to meet it. Meaning that instead of tapping the weight down to the knee, you're tapping the knee up to the weight. So now we have this pulse. Whoop. There goes my balance. Just gonna stare. That's good. When you stare at a point,
Stop,
a steady
exercise.
point, whew, there it is. Say like a speck of dirt or a crack in your wall or the corner of a picture frame. To me, that helps me focus my balance work when I have that visual focus.
Begin set 4.
All right, whew. Tap and tap. Pocket, knee. Core is tight, and if you're ready, keep that knee high, and you're pulsing the knee to the weight instead of the weight to the knee. Good. At the end of set 4, you're going to grab your other weight, water bottle, soup can, whatever you've got. We're gonna go into our arm series.
Stop, exercise. And
Beautiful.
switch to the next station.
All right, so shoulders first. We're gonna bring the weights to right to the tops of the deltoids. You see I'm even resting them on my deltoids a little bit. Elbows are pretty parallel to each other. They're not wide.
Begin set
And
1.
we're just gonna pulse straight up from the shoulders right here. Now something really important. We wanna make sure that the weights are stacked right on top of the elbows at all times. So that means that they're not falling in toward the shoulders like this, nor are they falling in toward each other or out. They're right on top. That's the rule of thumb. That means that you can have your elbows pretty much anywhere you want. If you want to do a wide pulse, that's going to be a little bit more challenging, totally
Stop,
legitimate.
exercise.
But again, still stacked right on top of the elbows. Good, let's take a quick little break. Set 2, we're going to do the same thing. But for those of you who want a little bit more of a challenge, you're going to go a little higher. So get into your initial
Begin
position.
set 2.
You're going to pulse here. And people who want to, who have healthy shoulders, bring the elbows up to 90 and pulse higher up the body. Now it's very important that the lower back does not compensate for this. You want to keep your core tight, keep that booty tight, and pulse, pulse, pulse if you want to bring it wide. Now the pulses themselves are small, not bouncy. The smaller and more controlled they are, the more of a burn
Stop,
you're going to get.
exercise.
Ooh, and there is the break. Beautiful. Now for people who have sensitive shoulders, you are more than welcome to stick to the low pulses. But for people who want a little bit more of a challenge, we're going to hit the front deltoids now. Palms facing up,
Begin
as if you're
set
about
3.
to do a bicep curl. But instead of doing a bicep curl, you're going to offer a tray. So say you've got a tray of, I don't know, cornichon, chilled white wine, cheese. You could finally have people over at your party and you're just gonna say, would you like some cheese? I bet you would. So we're hitting the biceps here, yes, but we're also getting the front of that shoulder as we extend away from the body. If that forward extension
Stop
isn't
exercise.
so good, you're welcome to simply hold your arms at 90 degrees. But we are going to take a break here. Go and give me a nice little shoulder roll. Try to release some of that tension. Good. Set 4, front deltoids again, same thing. Unless of course your shoulders are sensitive, then you're just gonna give me this pulse. But if you're ready, I'm gonna turn the other direction. And sometimes, like, you'll notice I have a split stance right now. It's not like required, but especially when the weights are moving away from my body, sometimes it's nice to have that back foot give you some stability. Because otherwise, a lot of times I see like that, where people kind of shove their hips forward and compensate. So occasionally a split stance is nice. Beautiful.
Stop exercise and switch.
Gorgeous. All right, we are going to sit one more time. Let's grab our pillow or squishy ball. We're gonna sit on our butt. Oof. I'm gonna do this sideways so you can
Begin set 1.
We're gonna hold the pillow between the hands. Give me a little squeeze of the pillow. Your knees are soft, but they're not deeply bent like this, nor are they fully extended out on the floor. Squeeze the pillow, tuck your tailbone underneath you, pull your belly button in, and give me a little lean back. Just holding this for now. Now, a lot of times when people hear lean back, I will sometimes see this. Well, they'll extend their chest backward and arch their back. That's not what we want.
Stop exercise.
Good. Release the grip on the pillow, grab underneath one leg, and you're going to fold forward very, very gently. I like having this little stretch of the lower back in between each set, but gently. Good. Set 2, we're going to add a little bit.
Begin set 2.
So a little squeeze. We'll squeeze here. Tuck that tailbone, belly button in, and lean. Now, if you have a sensitive lower back today, try coming up a little bit and not leaning back quite so far. If you want more of a challenge, lean back farther. And if you want even more of a challenge, we're gonna pick one knee up and tap the ball. Doing a lot of tapping with knees today. Kind of a theme.
Stop exercise.
Good. Pull that belly button in, grab behind one of your knees, come up, and very gently fold forward. Now for people whose lower backs feel good today, pardon me, we're gonna stick with that. However, if your lower back is very sensitive and you don't like the
Begin set
at all,
3.
here's what you're gonna do instead. You're gonna lie all the way down on your back. You're gonna squeeze your pillow and march one knee up at a time. All the way up to about 90 degrees, and then slowly drop the foot. Now, as you're doing this, just like the lean back, no arching of the lower back is gonna happen here. Lower back will stay flat on the floor, and the belly button is pulled in. Now, Nicole, what is the point of squeezing the pillow while I'm doing this, you may ask? Well, it's twofold.
Stop exercise.
We're getting, you can take your break here. We're getting a little bit of added resistance from the arms and the chest. But also, I find that if I engage through the chest here, my abs tend to respond. So sometimes when we're doing more advanced ab work, like a lean back, I love adding this because when I squeeze the pillow, my abs just super engage. Now we're gonna go ahead and begin set 4. And I'm gonna join the lean back people here. Just a little tuck that tailbone, make sure that back is nice and flat, and make sure you're focusing your mind too on your abs. The lean back is not coming from the muscles in your back. It's all controlled right here. The belly button is in. Oh my goodness, keep it going, ladies. We're almost done. This is set 4.
Stop exercise.
Boom.
Your training is now complete.
Set your pillow to the side, lean forward very, very gently, stretch out your lower back, or alternatively, you can roll gently onto your back, pull those knees in, rock from right to left. Good. Very nice. Now you're very gently going to roll to your side, and come on up so I can come and see all of your beautiful faces and you can see how much I've been sweating today. What is up? Oh my goodness. Now I hear that it is somebody's birthday.
Well, that birthday week, Monday.
On Monday. Christina. Oh, your mute's on, love. Oh, no, it's because your mute's on. All right. And let's see, I see Evelyn, I see Elaine, Miss Gail. Oh, you all look so beautiful. Gail, your hair's getting so long. Love it. All right, ladies, well, I'm gonna hop off. I gotta go teach the outdoor classes. There's Dave behind me, staying out of my line of breath.
I'm gonna give you guys a quick tour though to show you what's going on in the studio.
So hang on. We're switching to the camera. And boom, now we're on this video. There we go. So we had some one-on-one outdoor this morning with Francie. Francie, can you say hi to the Zoomers?
Hi guys! I got a new mask today. Hope you're all doing well.
And that's Mary down there. And now we're going to quickly swing around, go upstairs, and say hi to Carla. You guys have been up these stairs a few times.
Face one another and then bring it right back out. Slowly or nice and slow. You gotta use that exhale. Hi ladies! This is our Zoom workout, ladies. Hi! Safety first. Hi! Oh my god! Roll their shoulders back.
So anyways, that's all the excitement in the studio. So we'll see you on Friday. Thank you.